We're going to do a little E30 paint update, mostly so I can keep everything straight and keep me motivated. I've been cranking on this thing as much as I can, pretty much every day, a little bit every day, like 2 to 3 hours a day. And it doesn't look like much, but we're getting there. And let me show you why. So the first thing that I wanted to do with this back area was get the trunk sorted out. So over here, we've got the trunk pulled off. I've got other videos of it, but it is all primed and sanded underneath. This was actually a ridiculous amount of time to sand this with high build primer. If I did it again, I would do like a wet on wet, because I had already sanded everything underneath. It didn't need high build and didn't need to be perfect. I would have just done a wet on wet and then just gone straight to base coat, because it was a lot of work. Probably a couple hours of just sanding this. So yeah, anyway, it's gonna look good when it's done, because it's very well flattened and sanded now. But anyway, that's all done. The seam sealer and everything is good. The top was good and actually sanded really well. I like this Limco primer. It really lays out flat. It's almost got like a shine with just 320 in it. The only issue is there were some pinholes. It's really hard to see where they are, but yeah, in this lighting it might be hard for you. But there are pinholes in the primer, or sorry, it shows through in the primer, but it's in the, whatever you call it, in the filler right here. There's like some pinholes right there and stuff that I didn't see before. So this needs another coat or two of primer. So I blocked it with my new block, which I absolutely love. This 3M that takes the Cubitron. This thing is awesome. It fits your palm really well, at least it does in my hand. It has dust extraction, and it definitely takes the strain off your hand. I've just been using like small blocks and this long guy, which this one actually isn't too bad. Anyway, the Cubitron system's pretty awesome. I'm just still learning and finding new stuff. That's really the way to go. So I blocked it out with 320. It would be amazing if it didn't have those pinholes. I would just love to base coat this. I also burned through just a little bit. And then this is where I put that rust inhibitive coating, and it like went on too thick right here. I didn't realize it. My brush had just gone around it. And it shrunk. It like turns into these like craze. It looks like a craze. I don't know. It looks like I don't know what you even call it. It's like a shrivel. It's like all shriveled up. So I'm just gonna sand that off. That was really the only part where it was on the face of this. It was just, I was going around the edges to just get the edge, and it got too thick there, and I think it just shriveled up when it dried out. Anyway, the trunk has been just a lot of time. It's fine. This dent is completely invisible now after blocking it out. That's nice. This top area is mostly invisible. There's a little piece right here where I had to block a little bit more than the rest just to get it to smooth out. I think the trunk is ready to paint after we prime it. So we'll prime it, put 2 coats on the face, just edge mask it, prime, flip it over, and then I might just base coat and clear this backside just to get it out of the way. And then I'll finish this with the rest of the car. These I burned through just a little bit in a couple places. This is a lot worse. I'll just throw another coat of primer on it. It's annoying that I have to do that, but I'm still learning, and that's just how things go when you're learning. You can't nail it all the time, especially when you have limited experience. I'm just gonna, when I reprime these, I'm just gonna sand them by hand when I'm done. That was part of the issue that I learned from. I did the faces with a orbital, and that was pretty nice, but I got a little bit carried away and went into some of the edges. So Anyway, that's actually fine. Let's go over to the car. The car is doing okay. I blocked this top section and this middle section. I need to get the powdered low spot finder. I forget what you even call that. But the spray stuff that I have is annoying because even after letting it dry for like 30 minutes, it clogs up my sandpaper like it's gummy. Like it hasn't dried yet, so I'm kind of over that and don't want to deal with it anymore. So I might just get the powdered one. But I think this door is actually doing good. I need to just knock it down right here. There's a couple of chips and things. I'm just going to take it all the pretty much bare metal right here. It's already kind of in bare metal in a spot. Then make sure I treat anything that's problematic around the sides, buzz the edges, and if I can get this open. Then I need to prime this too. This is where I fixed the seam sealer on this door. But I think this door is actually pretty close to primer. It didn't have any dents on it. When I blocked it, it didn't show any dents. So as long as I fix this stuff on the end, it should be okay. I just want to get like that in primer. I need to block this side. I blocked over here, just that back edge. That's all blocked out. Once I block this and there's no dents, which from when I originally sanded this a few months ago, I don't think this has any dents, which I'm very happy about because dents are just a bunch of time and more sanding. So yeah, that's that. And then the other part of this, which I'm getting back to now, is I wanted to false edge mask the trunk off and prime like all of this. So just epoxy prime all of that down through here, go all the way down, pull these out. I sanded all of this all the way down. So like the whole back of the car, all the way to the bottom is sanded. So it'd be nice to get that in primer, then not have to worry about it anymore. And then I can get it ready for base coat. Just to do another sanding with 320 and 600. I ran filler along this edge. This has some previous damage. I don't know if you can see. It's a little bit crinkled up in there. The previous Bodywork was kind of similar to this. I just tried to straighten it out with a block and refill it a little bit. There's really not much I can do on that, and it's covered by the trunk anyway when it shuts. It's not bad, it's just not perfect. It's not exactly fully straight. It has like a twist where it bent in a little bit right there, but it's pretty hard to notice, honestly. I'm not going to worry about it. This had a pretty sizable dent in it, and I smoothed that out and put filler on it, so it's all good to go now. This actually from here over is pretty much perfect on this portion. Yeah, this whole back area is basically ready for primer. I want to get that primed. I want to get basically the whole car blocked. Previously I had just sanded it, and I was just going to sand it and hand it off to a body guy, and then I became the body guy. So I'm blocking it just to make sure there aren't any dents. So once I get it blocked up to the door, I'll get that done on both sides. Hopefully by later this week I can do that. If everything goes well, just block this out. And then block this door, and from the front of the doors forward, basically would be ready to paint if it was all blocked. The roof didn't have any dents or anything crazy. It's really dusty right now, but it has been sanded. I'll probably just buzz over it again with 220 and then we can prime it. So I am trying to not scope creep and go crazy on this. I just want it to look really nice and put in as much effort as I can on the dents and the waves that'll have issues. But other than that, I really just want to get this thing done and paint it and then get it back on the road. So yeah, bear with me. This is, I know this is kind of a boring ramble, talkative update, but it looks like absolutely nothing, but it's getting there. This fender is an aftermarket fender. It doesn't fit right. It's kind of bothersome. My good mate Tab gave me a deal on a fender. So this one I got from him actually fits like perfect. It's off another car and it's just an OEM one, and it just needs a little bit of dent repair, which I already did. And I buzz this down and prime it. So this fender is actually in pretty decent shape. I'm not really worried about it. The way it fits on the hood and stuff is great. The hood, I did get some of it fixed over there, but I realized it was high on this side, like where it seams. It's a little bit buckled from where it got pushed in. So I'm gonna see if I can fix that by hand. I'm not super worried about that at the moment. I need to get some of the rest of the car done just to have a little bit more momentum and motivation. It's not that I'm not motivated, but I need some very heavy progress. So if I feel like if I can get the car blocked and primed for the most part, like a majority of it up to the front, I'll be pretty happy. Like that'll be good. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and paint these three pieces. Oh, and I have mirrors. So I'm gonna base and clear these probably within the week. I just want to get as many pieces based and clear as possible. This I can just store indoors. Same with these. I can just keep them in a nice spot where they won't get scratched once they're painted. So anyway, thanks for listening. If anyone cares, this is what has been consuming all of my mental resources and time, efforts, and yeah. We'll keep you posted. Hopefully in the next one, I'll start doing some updates. I had a video series planned for this car for the bodywork, but I think I'll do like more of like a montage style later on. It's just, it's slow enough and I'm by myself on it enough where I don't have a lot of effort. I don't have a lot of energy to film while I'm doing this. I just want to knock it out. So I'm just trying to film what I can when I can, and then I usually just put on like stop motion and stuff. But anyway, that's it. That's all. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.